Hello guys, today we are making another simple recipe. We're making some bruschetta with some mozzarella. And before we start anything, we want to roast our garlic because we're going to be using some roasted garlic as well as fresh garlic for this. So we're going to put that in some aluminum foil and then put that in a hot oven until it is nice and soft. So on to making the topping for the bruschetta. We're going to use some tomatoes, and for this recipe, because tomatoes can be quite watery, I take out the seeds and then just chop up the rest of them. So you can see me removing the seeds from the tomatoes and then just chopping that up. That's basically what we have to do. So next up, we're also going to be adding some onions, and we're also going to chop those up, as well as some fresh garlic, which we're also going to chop. And you can see me using my new shiny knife. Very beautiful, very sharp. I absolutely love it. The thing about bruschetta is that it's really simple to make. For this particular one, I used baguette because I really didn't have any other type, or I didn't have the type that you would typically use for bruschetta. But I think that's okay. I'm not here saying I'm making a super authentic bruschetta, but this is as close as I think you can get. So once we've got all our ingredients chopped up, we're going to put that in a bowl, and then we're going to chop our basil as well. Once we have all that together, we're going to add some olive oil, some balsamic vinegar, as well as some salt and some black pepper to the mixture. Of course, while you're mixing this, you want to make sure that you're tasting for salt. Generally, anytime you're cooking, you want to make sure that you're tasting for salt. So once we have that, we're going to cover the mixture with some aluminum foil and then put that in the fridge. We want everything to marinate properly. We want all the flavors and the seasonings and everything to mix together. And so while we're waiting for the tomatoes to do their thing, we're going to slice our baguette into thin slices. As usual, the full recipe with all the details you need is up on gingerandseasalt.com, so check that out. And so we're just going to go ahead and brush our bread with some olive oil. Just make sure you get both front and back. And once that's done, we're going to toast them. Now you can either toast them by putting them in an oven, or you can also do it in a pan. For me, doing it in a pan is just a bit easier because my oven has been acting a fool. So I didn't want to risk anything, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this in a pan. So you're just going to make sure that your bread is toasted, that the top is hard and crispy. You can see that right there, the bread is ready. All we have to do right now is to spread some of the roasted garlic that we have on the bread. Typically, you can do this with raw garlic. You're just going to cut some garlic and then rub that on the bread. Well, because I have some raw garlic in the tomato mix already, let me just use some roasted garlic. So you're just going to top that on each of the toasted bread slices. Don't overdo it. Just make enough. We're making bruschetta with mozzarella. What I also did was to get some mozzarella and cut just really thin slices, and then just put that on top of the finished bruschetta as well. As I was filming, I was eating because I had had a long day and I was starving. You can see right there, they look absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful and simple way to make bruschetta with mozzarella. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Happy eating!